Hello, it's a Randy Duck, and today we have some replays for you in the T-34-2 Chinese medium tank. And as you can sort of see by the title, this is my third mark video. So we've got sort of videos leading up to the third mark, and then the game where we achieved the third mark of excellence. Now, I was a bit hesitant, going up this line. I haven't done this line before, just because a lot of people have told me that these tanks aren't very good, and yeah, they're a bit outdated. So it sort of put me off. But when I actually started to play it, I actually quite like this tank. It's actually a lot better than what people give it credit for, and I actually think it's pretty decent, really. Now, that's because I run the 100mm gun on this tank, which has 250 damage, and you actually get 5 degrees of gun depression on this gun. Whereas if you use the top gun, the 122mm gun, that has only like 3 degrees gun depression with a 390 alpha gun, and it's not that great with that gun. But as you say, if you don't use that gun, if you use the 100-meter gun, you actually get, for Chinese medium, 5 degrees gun depression isn't that terrible. And the gun, you've got pretty decent rate of fire. So, for me, I think because I was expecting it to be so bad, when I actually come to play it, I was really pleasantly surprised that it really isn't that bad at all. So yeah, it wasn't that painful at all anyway. So we're on Mali, and we're going to push across because we've got no artillery here. So I'm thinking I'm going to be able to take the sort of position in the middle of the map, not have to worry about the fun police putting shots into me and ruining my game, and I might actually be able to put some assistance shots in. But before we do that, we need to make sure we get this Panther 88 out of the game, because he is in a very annoying position and he's going to keep me permo-lit being there. But fortunately our team shut him down, and we've now taken him out of a position which would have been quite strong. So we're in the sort of centre of the map where we want it to be, because from here, like I say, now we don't have to worry about getting shot by artillery. We can get shots onto the hill, we can get shots, to their snipers camping in sort of their base. So we've got 3 sort of shots all around it from this position, and we have enough presence on the hill just to stop them sort of over peaking and getting shots on me. But I do have to be a little bit careful, because as I said, that T-77 does have shots on me. But what I'm going to try and do is move in between these wrecks, move in between these wooden huts and make it difficult for him to shoot me. He's now dumped his clip, so I've got a little while not to have to worry about him, and I'm going to try and get a few more shots in elsewhere. But yeah, that's this position. Like I say, if there's fun police in the game, especially if there's like 2 fun police, it's not going to be ideal in the even a light tank, I guess, where you've got good, really decent camo, you might be able to get away with it. But this bush is quite predictable, and people can blind fire it if they know what they're doing. So you're not completely safe in there. But as you see, we're pretty we're good tiering on this one as well. So we're just going to try and make most of this position, just get some few shots in, because the problem I do have is this Vanguard sort of running around in the middle. Now, that's pretty typical, isn't it, Vanguards? But it is a bit of a pest, because no one can really hit him, and he's just going to keep me lit all the time, and it's just a bit of a pain in being there. But at the moment, I don't really have an opportunity to get shots into him, so without risking myself. So I'm going to try and get some shots into, these tanks that keep presenting themselves to me. So we're picking up a little bit of assistance, not much, we've got a little bit, and we're just picking up a few shots. Now I've got an opportunity to have a shot at this Vanguard here. I kind of really misread that one. I thought he was going to turn, and he didn't. So I'm going to try and get in. Yeah, he's obviously, I think he's using a speed boost as well. He's a right little pest. He gets unspotted, and then we hit him anyway. So that's always quite nice, isn't it? It's quite satisfying when you hit them Vanguards. Would have been better if I killed him, but we got a shot into him blind, so that was quite nice. But yeah, so it's pretty much in the balance in this game at the moment. We're 2 tanks up, but that can change quite quickly. Now also we're only 1 tank up, so it's pretty 50-50. But I'm just going to try and just get some shots in where I can. And I haven't had much luck about that Vanguard. I got that 1 shot into him, Maybe I could have led them a bit better. But now this Lance and C's coming in, and again he's going to take a position which is annoying for me. So I'm going to wait until he's either pushed up high enough or done what he's just done there and went too low so I could get a shot into him. And yeah, now he's on a one shot. He's trying to get out of there, which is good. And yeah, it's one of them games where I'm just kind of stuck in the same position for a lot of it. But I haven't really had the opportunity to move. I want to be able to move up and then spot their sort of camping tanks at their sort of base on the other side of the map, but in the sort of field area as they often sort of camp. But I haven't had that opportunity to move on yet. And if I do it too soon, then it could end in tears. So I'm just going to try and get a few shots in and wait till the moment's right, and then I'm going to move in and hopefully pick up some assistance. But yeah, we've got a nice shot into the hammer there, confirming him. Now those tanks are dead. This is now the time where I can move up, and I'm going to move up, and I'm just hoping that I'm going to spot their sort of guys camping in the field area basically, and then with any luck my sort of team moving down from the hill will get some shots into them. So we're going to poke up here, we're just trying to hopefully spot them and then pull straight back. Unfortunately we don't actually manage to spot anything. Like, I knew I was going to get lit, but I was just hoping I'd spot something else as well. And as we pull down there we get shot quite by a big shot, which I think must be the SU, and I haven't got much chance of spotting him, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain now, because I'm hoping maybe if my sort of light tank, who is maybe if one of our TDs, which is sort of camping our base, I'm hoping maybe he might push out and spot some few things, or maybe just get shots into this sort of heavy tank just below me, because he's sort of stopping me moving in. But we spot this IS-3 crossing the map, so we're going to get a few shots into him, but he gets shut down and by our friendly Iron Rain. And yeah, it's just basically now about just trying to get the most out of this game. It's looking, it's still pretty even, but I feel like we've pinched them in there. They're a little bit trapped. We do have one person sitting in the cap now, so yeah, it's a bit of a concern. But yeah, it's just one of them games where I'm just trying to get the damage where I can. And this now, that SU, which sort of spotted me earlier, he's now in the open. But you can see where this gun, with this sort of smaller gun, you can see how quickly you can rack up the damage when you get an opportunity to, because it does have really good DPM. And with the sort of accuracy buffs for 6.0, where previously, I guess, I've never played this tank, so it's hard for me to compare how it was before 6.0, but with 6.0, now all the tanks are more accurate. It doesn't really feel that derpy or anything really, so with this sort of good DPM, it's not bad. I did try it though with the other gun, with the 390 gun, but like I said, I didn't like it with that gun. It didn't feel very good at all with that gun, but with this gun it feels pretty nice, and like I say, you can rack up damage quite nicely. I was going to try and go around here. This Earthshaker's unfortunately looking. My friendly team's mates distracted him, so it's time for me to move in. It's the last bit of damage I'm going to get really, so I just got to go in before my friendly tanks take him out, and hopefully I can get a few shots into him. And yeah, we're circling him here. I believe he auto-aimed his shot here, so that's why he missed. If he would have aimed a little bit in front of me, would have hit me, but fortunately that doesn't happen, and now we're just going to wait for a reload and take him out, and we do. So yeah, that about wraps up the first replay, so I will see you in a bit to see how we got on. So we picked up 3 kills, 4,202 damage, base XP of 1,772. So yeah, it wasn't a too bad game, was it really? We've got 743 assistants, we've got the ace tanker, we've got the high caliber, and we've got the first mark. So that's it for the first replay. As I say, it was a bit, it wasn't a lot happening. It was in the same position for quite a lot. But it won't all be like that, so I'll see you in a bit for the second replay. Hello, so we're back again for the second replay of the video, and this time we're on Calbang and we're platooned with our good friend Swindle. So yeah, a bit of platoon play for this one. We've got a fun police in the game, and he actually, I mean, our friendly greenie fun police comes in very handy this game. So yeah, we're on Calbang again. This is one of the new maps. We've been over this. I don't like him that much, but I don't like him that much. World War Two, let me say. But you know, we've got it, so we've got to make the most out of it. We're trying to free mark the tank, so we've got to do what we can. So Swindle's in the Ragnarok, and we're going to go and move into. You know, I said to him at the start of this, I think we're going to play quite aggressive and take an aggressive position because I want to just, yeah, as you see there, I'll sort of ping into roughly where I wanted to go to sort of Swindle, just to say, yeah, look, come with me, let's take this position early doors, because I wanted to just sort of get in close to them and sort of deny their map control if I can, basically. It's always good if you can squeeze someone in and get them pinned in one position. You don't want to be sort of camping at your own base, because it's a bit stale, isn't it? And you know, games can be very boring like that. So I'd rather sort of push in, try and dominate the map and take a bit of control of the map. So we're going to push in, and this position I'm going to, you can often get quite a lot of assistance in, and that's why I'm going here, because it's great for the mark when you're trying to get that assistance damage. And that poor old light tank just got absolutely destroyed, didn't they? So we halved that assistance for Swindles. We both got half each. Now here we go. This from here, you can sort of spot the guys camping on the hill, and if you've got an artillery or or some guys camping behind you, like for example this artillery on playing this side, it's great because he's going to be able to get shots down here, and as long as you keep lighting stuff up, he'll keep shooting at them, because they like for example this tank here, this Iron Rain, he's an easy shot for this artillery where he is. He's not a very difficult shot at all. So if we just keep him lit, we should get some assistance in, and that's the plan basically. And obviously if they ended up full sending over, we've got our guys behind us to shoot them, and that's the least where I'm going to start the game. And then we, if we got there and nothing was there because they'd all pushed the other side, we could have maybe then push up. We could even push down the riverbed and come round on them that way. You can sort of make your own decisions when you get there, depending on the intel you've got. But you've got to get that intel first, basically, and that's the key, is trying to find out where the enemy are. Now you can see on the minimap, someone's now pushed down into the riverbed, and I believe Swindle said he's going to go and just try and deal with them and try and get some shots into the guys crossing. So I thought, right, if he's going to go and do that, I was sort of half expecting to come with him, but then I thought, no, our artillery's still shooting over here, so Swindle's got that covered. He can get some shots with our other guys. There's no point it's all being in the same spot, so I'm going to then just sit here and make sure I keep these guys lit up, so I can get some assistance. So far we've just got a little bit of assistance from our that light tank will get killed, but we're hoping that with these, where our artillery's positioned, I can see where he's on the map, and I just know he's about to get shots in. And there we go, he slaps that dragon for me, and already now he's put me up to, sorry, he didn't slap the dragon, he must have hit that Iron Rain, but now we've got sort of 1,200 assistance. Dragon gets overpeaks too high, gets shot, so we pick up a bit more assistance, and it's great because when you're going for those 3 marks, assistance is just easy damage to. It all counts to your marks, isn't it? And it's just an easy way. Then you don't have to rely on getting as much raw damage, and I don't have to expose myself too much at the moment. It's all I need to do is just keep poking, proxy spotting them, and and just going from there. Now it looks like one of our friendly tanks just went in their base, and that I'm assuming that they might start turning around maybe to try and defend their base, and if that happens we can then push up. Now sort of Swindle's trying to move down through the riverbed, so I think if he goes around there then we might be able to get crossfire on them, and then I can sort of push over. But you see I've already picked up sort of 2,000 assistance now, and yeah, I haven't got much damage yet, but there's still a lot of tanks in the game to get damage from. But as you say, this artillery, this fun police is coming really handy for me, and I haven't really got shot at much by. I didn't get shot at much by their fun police this game. So yeah, that's obviously always a result. But yeah, so I'm struggling with gun depression to get this guy, but then he moves further back and I can get shots in. So yeah, now I'm just going to try and get a few shots. I do know the standard B's there. Swindler's come back round to help us. He's shut that guy down. And yeah, just try and get a few shots into Dragon. I actually do get a nice little pounce there, which you do pick up in this tank every now and again, because the turret is a little bit trolly. Like, you know, stuff at high pen can go through it, but it's that awkward shape, isn't it? So I picked up another weird ricochet there, and you can pick up those bounces. Snap that shot into the iron rain, take care of him. I know there's a VK, well, I know there was a VK around here somewhere, because we spotted him earlier, but I'm just trying to move in to see where he is. Then he gets lit up and we can see where he is now, so we're going to try and get a few shots into him from behind. Well, he's sort of, you know, he's not paying attention to us, is he? So we're hoping we can get a few shots into him now. He's distracted, so it's easy damage, and yeah, you can say, like, you can pick up damage quite nicely. We do manage to pick up a kill, and yeah, this game's is pretty much in the bag now, isn't it? It's just a case of where is the damage. Now we know they're pretty much at the top end of the map. We can see where one is spotted. They're in a platoon as well, two of these TDs, so they're going to be playing together. And it's just that long awkward drive now because the map's so big. Fortunately enough for us, we're in a medium tank, so we got the speed to get there. Had I been in like a VK, you know, about Malshan or something like that, that would have been my game over, because I'm not going to be able to get all the way over there before the guys, you know, die. And that's why I have a sort of bit of a problem with these sort of big, overly big maps. But fortunately, I'm in a medium tank, so I should be able to get there before the rest of my tanks do, and that means I'll be able to get the damage. We're still, you know, we're fairly healthy, aren't we? We've still got 870 hit points, so we can afford to take a shot, which is always good in these situations when you get towards the end of the game. If you can take a shot, you can just get, you know, often allows you to get a bit more damage in. We know they're going to be distracted. This TD's going to be distracted, so we should be able to just come in behind, get the damage, and as we do, we spot the T-34-2, which is lovely. He's not facing me, so we're just going to keep pushing into him and yeah, just trying to get the damage in right now. Hopefully we can get the kill on him. We don't manage to get the kill, but we're going to move in. Unfortunately, Swindle gets shut down by the waffle, so I know he's fired. I'm just going to move in. I was hoping to ram him, but we get a shot in. He then snapshots me. Now I'm a one shot to him. He's got the sort of quicker reload gun, so I'm a bit concerned. But we just managed to get around him, and hopefully we get a shot in before we turn this turret. Very close, but we do manage to get the kill right at the crucial last second. So yeah, for a map which I don't enjoy, it wasn't really a too bad game, was it? We got 4 kills, 3,620 damage, base XP of sort of just over 2,000. We got the 3,007 assistance damage, ace tanker, the second mark. And yeah, Swindle had a good game as well, didn't he? Got just over 4k damage, so we both had quite a nice little game. And yeah, that's it for this one, so we will see you in a bit for the third video. Hello, welcome back for the third replay of the video, and this time we've got another bit of platoon play for you. We're platooned with T-34-2 and you got Razored, and we're on Pilsen. So yeah, it's, you know, I don't actually mind Pilsen that much. It's one of the smaller maps, and especially from this spawn anyway, this is probably like my, if I was to get any spawn, I would say this spawn is my best on this type of mode. You know, it's really good. You can dominate this whole ridge early doors. So we're going to move over basically. Make sure we just take control of this ridge first, or just take control of this side, and then we're going to go from there after basically. I just want to make sure we own this side of the map to begin with. So we've moved over. We've got Aussie Petty in the atomic, and yeah, so yeah, we've been on this sort of hill. We're moving over. We've got lit, so I don't stop for a shot there because I didn't want to get punished. We're gonna, say we don't have the best gun depression, but we can make it work, can't we? I should have aimed that shot a little bit better. I should aim for a lower plate. That's why I didn't pen that one. We're gonna go for the track wheel. We don't track him, but we do get a penetration shot. And yeah, these atomics in front of me. I'm just going to try and get the damage in these tanks, and yeah, where we can. This M103 He is ammo racked, so you never know. You know, get lucky, might be able to ammo rack him, but I didn't have a shot at his ammo rack there, so I just put a shot into his lower plate. And yeah, just going to try and get the damage in from this position at the get-go, really, to see what we can get. We're getting a few nice shots in here, and this is a sort of situation you want to find yourself in, really, where we've taken this ridge and you're actually presenting yourself shots. Now, unfortunately, Petty gets shut down in the atomic by the T-30. It was a little bit unlucky, but that that T-30 managed to get all the way there without being spotted. But he is spotted now. I've sort of tracked him in place. I'm just going to try and get some shots in. I am playing a bit risky here, but yeah, we've got to live on the edge, haven't we? So we're going to try and get a few shots in at this T-30. We get a shot in, we pull back in, now we're lit. Yeah, I want to take him out as quickly as I can because he's in the open. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure why anyone else is not shooting him right now, but I want to get a few shots into him. I try and get another shot into the track wheel. I don't, but I do get a penetration shot in. We chance it again, and as you see, we did that sort of T-30 just whiffed straight past me, so we got lucky there. But he is now taken out, and we picked up a juicy bit of assistance, haven't we? And so far we've only been penned once, which was just then, so it's not a bad start to the game. Now we've got this Tiger we can shoot at. We're going to try and get a few shots through his turret. We've got a shot in there, yeah, straight through the sort of face of his turret. And yeah, we're going to try and go with one blind. It doesn't happen. Now, I'm sort of at this point now where you can sort of see where a lot of the tanks is sort of pushed in the sort of north of the map, or the other side of the map. So I want to win some sort of control. So I'm hoping we're going to just, I sort of said to Razor, let's just push this side out and just take control at least this side of the map, so we're not in a situation where we're losing both sides of the map, really, because that's when you start losing games. When you lose all map control and you're pinned in, that's when you start losing games. So we had to make a decision, but this is the weakest flank, so we're going to try and take this flank out first, and then we'll be able to sort of collapse in on their team. So we're pushing in now. Unfortunately, we don't manage to take out their light tank here, because had we taken out this light tank, it would have been a lot easier, because he's got an awkward angle on us now. So every time we try and poke in shots over here, that light tank's got shots onto us. So we're trying to get a few shots into this. Their atomic now backs around, and this is just not going to work. They got 3 different angles on us, and we're approaching from one angle. So in that situation, you're always going to lose hit points. So I was speaking to sort of Razor. I said, you stay there. I'll push around to the other side. I'll create another angle on them, because this way that will force their light tank to move. He will have to move. He'll either move or I'll kill him, and that will make our life a lot more, make it a lot easier. So we move around here. This is a good thing about having a platoon mate, where you can do things like this. There we go. We take out the light tank, and now this has made it a lot easier. This sort of Type 59, he's panicking a little bit because his position's not going to work now. I've got better DPM than him. He has got a really nice gun, but I've got better DPM. I'm just going to push in, and his shot goes into my track, and that's really nice. We don't lose any hit points. And between me and Razor now, we can just take him out. And now we've done that, it sort of turned the sides of the battles, because they were winning over the other side, wasn't they? And now we sort of won this side. It allows us to sort of just collapse in on them, and we've taken that sort of control. So we're going to push in now, and they've really got nowhere to go. They're sort of pushing into our base, but they already have sort of our teammates there, and we're just going to try and get anything, see if we can get any more damage out of this game, really. It's not been a bad game. We've got 3,000 damage, 1,600 in assistance, got a few kills, and we've had a bit of fun with this replay. It was just one of those ones I wanted to put out there more than nothing, just to, because it just shows that sometimes it is handy when you've got that platoon mate. Unfortunately there, I had a bit of petty driving crash, that cost me a bit of damage, but it ends up meaning I get the kill, which doesn't help for my mark, but it's always nice to get the kill anyway. So yeah, we've got that kill, and it's just really what we've just got to try and get the most out of this now. The game's done, we're just rushing to the damage. So we get a shot into the standard B. I think we set him on fire there, but Razor actually just gave him a little love tap, just to put him back to the garage. So yeah, that's it for this one, and we'll just get to results and we can see how we actually got on. So yeah, not terrible. We've got 3 kills, we've got 3,227 damage, we've got that 1,600 assistance, so it's pretty decent for the mark progress. And yeah, it was quite a fun game there. So yeah, that's it for this one, and now we have one more video left, and I will see you in a bit. Hello, so we're back again then for the last replay of the video, and this is obviously the one where we achieve our 3rd mark of excellence, and we're on Cowbang again, and it's the same spawn as we had earlier. So I'm thinking, well, you know, it worked well for us last time, didn't it, that position? So we're going to go again to the same sort of position, and with the sort of same idea in mind, but this time it will just sort of, although we go to the same location, you know, as all games, it plays out a little bit differently. So yeah, we can sort of see when we get there sort of how it plays out. But that's sort of my mindset at the moment. I thought that position for this spawn, anyway, and where I'm spawned now, it seems to work. You know, I've had success there quite a lot. So obviously you have so many different spawn variants in this map that if you get a different spawn, the same location might not actually work anymore. So you kind of lose the meta of, it's difficult to get a meta on maps when they have so many different spawns types, or spawn variants, and you know, it's something which is brought up quite a lot. So hopefully maybe that's something to address that, because I don't think really, I can only obviously speak on my opinion. Obviously people, you know, you may have a different opinion to me, but I don't really like having all these different spawn variants. I'd rather just have like maybe a couple, because it really sort of changes how the map's played each time, and it's difficult for people to, you know, get a meta on a map. But we're moving to this location. We picked up a little bit of assistance, only a very tiny bit on that SU, but you say we've got the same sort of plan in mind. We know we've got a few tanks behind us, so we know we can get assistance if they overextend on us. We have support by this E50 with us as well, so we have a little bit of support, but this time this light tank is little Bulldogs full send across the map. And well, he's got to be our priority, isn't he, at the moment? We've got to try and take him out. We try and land the flying air shot, you know, go for the spectacular, but it doesn't land, unfortunately. So yeah, we do get a shot in there, and yeah, he's quickly back to the garage, but no damage done to me, and we picked up a bit of extra damage. So yeah, I'll just have to say thank you, Bulldog. It's just what we want when we're trying to get the 3rd mark. So we're now going to move up and just try and spot them. We know there's going to be something there, isn't there? There's always some sort of camping stuff on their ridge, but I'm not having much luck at spotting them. But we've just noticed there's some tanks moving into the riverbed, so I'm thinking I might be able to use this position to get a few shots into them while I've still got cover for my team behind. And we do manage to slap a shot into the tank there in the AMX-30. And now I'm moving right bang, because he's a tier 9 tank, and you know, he has pretty good DPM and quite a nasty gun. He could get rid of my hit points, so we're moving back just to try and bring him into us, but he's not falling for that bait, and we're going to have to try and move around and see if we can spot him up again for our team. But I don't seem to be able to spot him. I know he's there somewhere, so it's a bit of a shame, because I wanted to get a bit more damage, but I'm just going to go back now to see if I can light him again. But as I do that, this AMX-30 approaches, I get a shot straight through his side, which is nice, and we do want to take him out because he's in a quite annoying position now. We don't want to have tanks having like behind us, etc., to worry about, but it's just not going to happen. So I want to keep keep this area alert, and as we pull up to spot this area again, this SG was there. Now this is risky because I don't know what else is there behind him, and I do lose a bit more hit points in a minute as I try and escape. But we needed to take him out. We can't have an SU that's just going to keep sneaking up on us. So while I sensed the opportunity to take him out, I felt like it was worth the risk, and it paid off, because now he's dead. You know, had I had to be worried about this M46 over here and having to worry about the SU keep attacking me from that angle, it would have been a bit much. So there is a sort of a tank, a medium above us. We don't know what it is yet. But he can't get shots into us at the moment. Our main priority now is just taking this M46 out while it's in the open. He's dead, which is great. Pick up the kill. You know, we've got some more damage on him. Now I'm just trying to work out what this tank is above. As you see, I'm just trying to find out what it was. Yeah, it's always good to know what the tank is. And yeah, we'll just... It's going alright. Picked up a bit of damage, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, their team comes rushing round, and I've just got to try and get out of dodge now. We get a few shots in. Unfortunately, they shut down our friendly tank, which was with us. But it was... Oh no, sorry, no, he's still alive somehow. I'm sort of mistaken, yeah. Yeah, he's still alive, and yeah, so that really push wasn't that successful for him, was it really? And we actually picked up some assistance for it as well. So we're at this sort of stage now. I actually didn't need a lot to mark this tank at this point, so I think I probably, you know, I feel like I just need to get a few more shots in, and then I'll do it. And there's a lot of tanks left, so I feel pretty confident that we're going to be able to get it this game. We're trying to get a few shots in just heavy crossing. We've got one in, but you know, we bounced a few because the Russian side armour, you know, it is what it is. And we're just going to try and get a few shots in. I was thinking about pushing through the riverbed to try and come behind them at this point. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to push around here and try and get a few shots in. This game's sort of quickly crumbling now. There's quite a few tanks left, but as you say, when it's this sort of map, the damage can, when you get to the end, it can be quite spread out. So you have to try and make sure you pick the right, you know, you want to go to an area where you're going to get first, or where you think the most hit points are for you. So that's what I'm trying to work out right now. We knew there was one heavy which moved over to the bottom of the map, but we didn't know where the other heavy was at this point. And we're thinking, well, the artillery's probably going to be in the base. And we don't know where their tank destroyer is either, so maybe he'll be over there. So we're just trying to find out where the damage is, to see what we can get really. So I was thinking about pushing their base, and I think as I come around at this point, I don't know, I changed my mind. I think I must have thought that the other heavy was with the Russian heavy. So I was thinking, well, that's probably where the most hit points are. Plus that other tank is in front of me now, and we're not going to be able to get there before to pick up the damage. So we're moving down, and we're just hoping that the both heavies are together and we can get a bit more shots in. And you know, fortunately we picked right, and both of the tanks are there. So we're just going to see if we can get a few shots in. We see this Russian tank, we put one in. Unfortunately we don't do track damage. But like I say, it's pretty much done at this point. I'm pretty confident I've already marked it, but I just want to get that extra pen, you know, just an extra, you know, pen or two, and then I'll be really confident that I've done it. And both these tanks are really healthy, so we'll try and get... Maybe I should have aimed at a bit more, but I didn't think I had time before he gets into cover. But fortunately, this concept actually comes out, and that's really nice. We've got that extra shot in now. We picked up a little bit more assistance, so now I'm like, yeah, I've definitely marked it, but maybe we can get another shot in for good measure. We do. And yeah, like I say, it's not been a terrible game really. Again, it's on a map which I'm not a fan of, but it doesn't mean you can't... Just because you don't like a game, a map, doesn't mean you can't have good games on it. You know, it's just one of those ones where, like I say, if you're in a big heavy, you'd have to run around the whole map. It gets really boring. But when you're in a fast medium, it's not so bad. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. So let's just see how we got on. And we managed to get 2 kills, 3,302 damage, base XP of 1,700, 1,700. Assistance damage, ace tanker, secured the 3rd mark. So yeah, as always, I really hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much for the support, and yeah, just one last thing, it's coming home.